Hey, what's up, everyone? So, I have the mic face or camera face me. Thanks for being here. So yeah, I just got my new computer. I was busy all day doing training for my new job, and then I had to go into my other job. So I haven't had much time to mess around with it. I just got OBS downloaded. What's up, Clem? I apologize to my good friends SJG and Sarah. I know they're doing a live stream right now, but I have to do this now, or I'm not going to be able to do it at all tonight because I got to get up early. So feel free if you feel like going and seeing something more productive, you can go check out Sarah Corrier's channel. I need a soft front light. Listen, this is my. So just for those of you who know, thank you, Patriot. I appreciate it. You'll notice that I have two overhead lights that my friend told me to buy at my home office, and I think it looks a lot better. I'm at my work office right now, so I'm kind of limited in what I can do. But yeah, you're right. I got this dark, shadowy thing going on. So yeah, I just want to thank you all. Now, I have not raised. I raised about $400, and the computer ended up being about $1,250. It's an Asus, but let me just. So what I want to do today is just test a couple things out. Let me first say, so I don't know anything about computers basically at all. So I had a bunch of people help me out, including my friend Kenneth, who's on the channel a lot. Kenneth Nicely. He's probably watching Sarah's video right now. But Kenneth, maybe you'll watch this in retrospect. Thank you so much for helping me on Discord pick out this computer. The goal was, the reason I needed a new computer was I couldn't do any sort of live streaming while I was doing a Zoom call, which meant it was tough for me to have a guest. It was tough for me to show video while I'm doing my radio show where I have co-hosts Todd and Carlos. And it was tough for me to live stream the debates. So for those of you who don't know, I use OBS, Open Broadcasting Studio. And it has a little, I don't know, meter at the bottom that tells you how many kilobytes per second, I guess, that I'm uploading. I would routinely, with my old computer, it would say like 2,600. And then it would drop down to like 500, then back up to 2,600. Right now, it has me at 6,000 something here. So I'm hoping that's good. My internet connection and everything shows to be good. So I know this is boring, but what I want to do here is test it out by showing like a video. And those of you who are there, if you don't mind, if you could tell me if it's lagging or anything like that, particularly if you're a regular and you've seen the problems I've had trying to show videos before. So I'm just going to start off. What's up, Sneed James? I'm just going to start off showing a video, and then we'll talk a little bit about the news of the day as well. But I really want to see. So if anyone's there, let me know if they see any lag or if this looks better than normal. I will choose to play a video that I made. Why not? Let's try this one. Oh, wait. It'd help if I put the It'd help if I put the audio on. Do I have? All right, let's try this out. See what happens. Please let me know if it lags.
I've had it. I've had it of being called a racist. I've had it of being told that I'm somehow inferior, that I'm less educated, that I'm somehow a 10-toothed rube, like Rick Wilson said on CNN, that I'm a racist if I disagree with the disastrous.
Okay, sorry about that. We lost audio, apparently. I know what happened. Give me 1 second. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Thank you all for sticking with me. I know this is a pain to watch someone. Now it should work. We'll start her over. I'm sorry. Yeah. What had happened was let me show you. So, before I do this, let me just show you what I'm working with here. So, at home, I have a better microphone setup. Right now, I'm using this guy. It's called Samsung Meteor mic, right? And for some reason, every time I plug the thing in, it comes up as my audio input and output. So then I'll be like, it'll always take me like 3 minutes. I'm like, why am I getting no sound on my computer? Oh, because that doesn't have in my audio output. Here's my computer though, that I bought. So it's an Asus Tough A17. I could change the backlight on the keys. How about that? But yeah, hopefully it'll be a better computer. So thank you all. I'm still trying to take donations to pay it off, but thank you to everyone who has donated. And it's here now, so for better or worse, I got it. All right, let's try this. Thank you, Patriot. This is what testing's for. So let's try this again, and hopefully this time you all could hear the audio.
I've had it of being told that I'm somehow inferior, that I'm less educated, that I'm somehow a 10-toothed rube, like Rick Wilson said on CNN, that I'm a racist if I disagree with the disastrous positions of Black Lives Matter that would be bad not only for all Americans, but particularly for Black Americans. I'm tired of saying if I don't believe corporate-led revolutions, that somehow that makes me an immoral person. I'm tired of people saying that I have to cower down and shut my mouth or I'll lose my job if I don't cow down to this mob. I'm tired of having to say, yeah, I hear you. Maybe there's a case for tearing down Confederate statues. I don't care. I don't have any love for Confederate statues. I don't care. But I'm not going to give in to the mob. I'm tired of it. It's worth fighting for its own sake. We're not going to listen to a bunch of people that hate this country and want to overthrow it and return us to segregation and want to make us a globalist, fascist, Marxist society. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of trying to calmly explain to people things like why toddlers shouldn't be able to vote and why you shouldn't be allowed to take people's property and we should have property rights. I'm tired of explaining to people why the police should arrest people that steal from stores, why they should arrest people that are skipping out on subway tolls. These are all conversations I've had this week. I'm tired. The people among us that know the least are the most arrogant and most confident that they know more than everyone else. I'm sick and tired of it. They don't live in the real world. They don't have real jobs. I had someone tell me about COVID. I said, how long do we have to get locked down in your world? They said, I live in Australia. The government just pays us. We could stay locked down indefinitely. I have to explain to you that if no one's working, let's just make it real simple. If no one's working on the farms, how's the government going to send you food? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being attacked. I'm tired of having been crushed in the culture war. I'm tired of Republican leaders that claim that they're defending us that aren't doing squat. I'm tired of on my radio show when I bring Republicans on, they say, yeah, we got to get back in the fight. And all they're doing is proposing legislation and filing court cases that they eventually lose. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people getting in touch with me saying that they're going to contact my employer and get me fired because I had the temerity to argue against Black Lives Matter. I'm sick and tired of having to pretend, oh, it's a noble thing. What they're doing out there is noble. It's not. They're terrorists. Does that mean everyone involved with them is? No. But if you're aligned with terrorists and you're marching with terrorists, then you're hurting this country. And I'm tired of pretending it's not the case. We have a nerve. We have backbones on here. Where's our leaders? I go in a panel, people say, can we just agree? I'm a conservative, but can we just agree if Trump would just wear a mask, then COVID would be solved? Really? So it's just about masks now. So we didn't need to lock down. Well, no, you still need the lockdown, but let's be honest, it's Republicans. Really? It wasn't Democrats and their experts that said it was okay to go out by the hundreds of thousands and protest for Black Lives Matter, shoulder to shoulder, while they're burning down buildings. Well, all the scientists say that those contact tracers proved that the Black Lives Matter protests didn't spread the virus. Fuck you. I'm tired of the... Ugh. Your experts are full of it if that's what they're claiming. These two things can't be true. That if you're shoulder to shoulder and if you're in large crowds, you spread COVID, but not if you're protesting for Black Lives Matter. Either they were wrong originally or they're wrong now. And I'm tired of being treated because they have the experts. The experts say this. Then I'm done with the experts. I don't care. The same experts, 5,000 of them that signed on, that said science, technology, engineering, and math is racist. The same experts that are endorsing Black Lives Matter, that's against the values of the Enlightenment and doesn't believe there's a thing such as truth, that's been attacking all of our hard sciences and arts, those experts, I'm tired of it. And we have to pretend, oh, no. Here's a paper I have from the experts. These great experts that did this study say that, Black Lives Matter couldn't have spread this disease. Thousands of Bush officials have signed on to elect Joe Biden. Thousands of former Intel officials have signed on that Trump needs to be impeached over the Ukraine. They didn't care about Biden's quid pro quo that Trump was trying to investigate. They don't care that the president of Ukraine's top prosecutor has came public with evidence that Biden committed extortion with U.S. tax dollars, including audio from Joe Biden himself, including financial transactions. They don't care. The experts didn't care about that. But Trump investigating it. The same experts that told us the FBI didn't do anything wrong in the Russia investigation. Only they did. It's war. That's what it is. I'm not advocating violence. Breitbart was a prophet. He saw this in 2008. Listen to him. You know what Breitbart's background was? He said, here's how I got into it. I lived in LA. I was a socialite. I went to all the cocktail and pool parties where everyone laughed at flyover country. But then he visited flyover country and he realized how arrogant and horrible and wrong all of these institutions were. We're talking about institutional and systemic bigotry and racism. Name me one institution that sticks up for rural America, for flyover country. Give me one. We're just told how privileged we are if we have a certain skin color. And God forbid you be a person of color from flyover country or a conservative person of color. You'll get attacked even harder. I love Breitbart and he's an inspiration to me. But I don't need someone to come in and fight for me anymore. I'm going to fight for myself. I don't care what it costs. I'm sick and tired of the deck being stacked against people like us, normal Americans, being stacked against us, and us having to constantly grovel or be silent out of fear or wait for some leader to come along. There is no leader coming along. It's up to us. I'm sick and tired of the lies and the misdirection and the sophistry and the excuses and the hypocrisy. I showed you that video the other day. Black Lives Matter protesters start beating this man. What's the first thing the crowd starts yelling? Don't record it. Don't record it. Don't record it. They're liars. They don't want it recorded because they don't want it to be shown the thug terrorists that they are. But I have to believe 99% of these protesters are peaceful. So they sit around and watch innocents get beat and watch stores get burned? Oh, but it's all the police officers' fault. All of the violence was because tear gas was shot. It's garbage and you know it. And I'm tired of engaging on that level and pretending that these people are arguing in good faith. They're not. And if they are arguing in good faith, they're so ignorant that it makes worthwhile dialogue almost impossible. I'll keep plugging away. I'll keep doing these debates. I'll keep being polite. I'll keep keeping an open mind. But I know what they're doing. I know. And make no mistake about it, they're winning. They are winning. They've won the culture war. They control academia. They control the media. They control Silicon Valley. They control the entertainment industry. They control corporate America. All of it. Go order a McDonald's cheeseburger. Let me know what their motto is now. Turn on Amazon. Get some Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Go to Chase Bank. Any corporation, Nike. All buying into the Marxist terrorists trying to overthrow this country. All the great people in my family, in my life, in my community, all they want to do is go to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week and provide for their families. And they're treated like shit. over and over and over. And I'm sick of it. That's what keeps me going, them. We have a Marxist-fascist revolution. Why isn't it directed at the people in charge? If you think that there's systemic racism, why aren't you directing your protest and your riots at the people that control the systems? Instead, you're rioting in inner city communities, burning down black communities, and directing your anger at normal Americans. And making it somehow racial, as if all white people are responsible or white people have original sin. Can't you see this is exactly what the establishment wants? Because their biggest fear is that people, regardless of skin color, will come together and say, this establishment has screwed us over for 60 years. But you can't bring that up or you're called a racist.
Okay, yeah, so pretty good report. A couple people on D Live said it was lagging a little. It might be D Live, but yeah, thank you, AJ, for saying about helping me run when I run for office next time. So yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, so I'm very happy. So far it looks good. The other thing is, I won't, obviously when I'm switching jobs, I won't be recording here at the office more, and my internet at home's even better than here, so hopefully I got nowhere to go but up. Yeah, so thanks so much. How about that video? I wish more people would share that video. I'm really proud of that video, even though I swear twice. Not my style to swear that much, but I was really heated there. 2 days before my birthday, I was furious about what I see happening to the country, so, you know, it was authentic. That's how I was feeling that day, so I do apologize for swearing. But, yeah, I think that's a good video. It makes a lot of points that I think are worth making and that show the frustration. What I see from a lot of people is that they get constantly browbeat for their positions because you're a conservative, you're a Trump supporter, you question, you know, the so-called experts and their advice about social distancing and masks and things like that. And I think one of the things I'm trying to do is show that you could be impassioned and intelligent and push back on those things. It's hard when all these people are kind of ganging up on you and forcing this down your throat, but I think if you watch my debates, you'll see I'm not that intimidated and I'm able to make my point. You know, we talked about this in my debate with the gentleman Destiny, and, you know, I think I held my own very well. I think I won, but I'm buzzed. But yeah, I really enjoyed that video, so thank you. It was a great rant. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do more guests and things like that now that I have a better computer. So thank you for everyone that supported me. If you still want to support me, I got $800 left to go to pay on it. Now I did pay it off with my own funds, but it also, each dollar that I get sent to help go to this computer is a slightly less chance that my wife doesn't strangle me because she's upset that I spent this money on a computer. But I thought it was necessary. Real quick, and then we'll get to just a little of the news of today. Which I didn't, it's been tough. It's going to be a tough couple weeks for me. I'm training 2 jobs. I'm going to be working like 100 plus hours a week. So it's tough for me to watch the news, but I'm still trying. I'm trying to do my best in breaks. Yeah, I'll be selling life insurance. It's not something that I'm going to push on the show a lot, but just to give you an idea of what I'm doing, moving from the healthcare field to selling life insurance. So I'll be moving from a guaranteed paycheck to a commission-based paycheck, which is kind of scary, but I think I'm really good at talking to people. It's a product that I really believe in, selling people life insurance, particularly with younger people. I think that it's very important, and I think I'll be really good at it, and I'm a hard worker, so I think I'll do fine. I think I'll be all right with it. So if you're ever, especially if you're in Pennsylvania, but wherever, if you need life insurance, I passed my exam and everything just this weekend, going through the training process now. Got to do the FBI background check and fingerprint. That's going to take 7 to 10 days, and then I'll be licensed. So yeah, thank you, BPW. I really appreciate it. Thank you all of you that sit here and listen to me. I do. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm glad that I got some new equipment to help me with. I got nowhere to go but up. Now I'm going to start to work more on things like my Discord, doing daily videos and things like that. One last thing I'll say is, depending on the nature of my new position and how long I keep my my current job, I might have to cut down on the amount of live streams I'm doing a week. So instead of 4, I might be doing 2. I might try to do, my new schedule might be like Mondays and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. So they'll be earlier, which is nice, I think, for a lot of people, but there'll be less of them in a week. but we'll see what happens. Also, I wanted to say one thing real quick, AJ, about running for office. I made a lot of big claims that I was going to run for office, and I still plan on. But my wife reminded me today, it's something that just, it's one of those things you don't think of. I haven't started that process of running for office. Is it going to be possible to run for office, be a first-time dad, and work 2 jobs? I don't know. So I'll see what I can do, and keep this channel going. So I don't know. I'll see what I could do. But if I'm not running for office, I'll let you all know. I have not taken any donations for that. So I don't think that I'm misleading anyone or, so. But just to give you an FYI. Okay. Some of the things I wanted to talk about today. The first thing is, and I just saw a blip of this, and I don't know the story behind it, but it's worth talking about. So I heard a while ago that Ed Henry from Fox News seemed like a decent guy. He donated a kidney or something to his sister. Seemed like more of a straight newsman who I thought was reasonable. Was accused of rape, and so Fox News let him go. I have no comment as far as whether or not the allegations are true. I don't know. In general, I'll say this. I think we should have learned our lesson with the Me Too stuff, particularly the Kavanaugh allegations, that sometimes people could just accuse and it's not true. How many hoaxes of crimes do we need to see before we say, okay, innocent until proven guilty, let's leave this guy have his day in court? So that's what I feel about Ed Henry. However, now I guess allegations are coming out that Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson and some other people that were also involved in not rape but sexual harassment of the victim. Now, let me first say this could be true. That could be true. I'm not judging the innocence of the guilt until someone that has a chance to come out in the court of law and you get to see evidence. But what I will say is this is indicative of something that we will see more and more. This particular incident, this woman could be telling the truth. I don't know. I don't know the details, right? But you see this weaponized. This was the effect, one of the effects of the Me Too movement, that it will be politically weaponized. This is what I talked about during the Kavanaugh hearing. And I've been saying for 6 months now, they're going to intentionally collapse the economy to destroy Trump, and you're going to see sexual assault allegations come out of the woodwork. Well, isn't that weird that it just so happened to accuse the people at Fox that are Trump's biggest allies? Strange, right? Huh. Again, it could be true, so if that's the case, I apologize to the victim for being flippant about this. I'm not talking about this specifically. I'm talking about, in general, the potential for abuse of this. It seems like they're trying to take Tucker down by any means necessary. This is certainly something in their playbook. We saw it with Kavanaugh. How many other times are we going to see it? God forbid a woman accused Joe Biden, then he would be, oh, what's that? Oh, that happened and no one cared. Right. Oops. Now, I just want you to think about something for a second, too. And it's a little far out there and it seems conspiratorial, but just really think about this. Do you see how horrible some people are? They'll accuse you of stuff. They'll say that they heard you on video say the N-word or something like that. You sexually assaulted them. All sorts of stuff that we find out were hoaxes over and over again. What do you think's going to happen with the increase in technology that allows to fake people's pictures, videos, and audio? Right now, there are people that are willing to believe anything if it's against a conservative, if it's against Trump, if it's against, insert any of the cultural Marxist, categories that they want. White people, Christians, men, straight people, wealthy people. There are people right now that are willing to believe anything against them. What are we going to do 10 years from now? I mean, the technology already exists. 10 years from now, the technology will be at everyone's fingertips, where someone will be able to just audio fake you saying something heinous or conservatives saying something heinous. What are we going to do? We're setting the precedent with cancel culture. Well, if there's an accusation, you have to fire the person. You have to remove them from their job. Is that what we're going to do? Anyone with access to Photoshop is going to be able to get you out of a job if you don't agree with their orthodoxy? If you're outside the Overton window? And make no mistake about it, where is the Overton window right now? For those of you who don't know, the Overton window is an expression for what is the acceptable range of ideologies we're allowed to have. And right now, that window has shifted. It used to be left, right, and then everything in between. Now it's shifted to far left, center, and everything in between. Far right, even the right is out. You can't talk about it. Go ahead, criticize Black Lives Matter. See what happens to you. Now, let me make it real quick here again with my criticism of Black Lives Matter. Am I saying that every person that's marched with Black Lives Matter is wrong? No. Am I saying the actual phrase Black Lives Matter is wrong? No. I deeply care about Black lives. I say it all the time on here. I think it's a shame that both the Republicans and Democrats have let down these inner cities. I do. I just think that the people that are running Black Lives Matter, it's more than just the term Black Lives Matter. It's a Marxist movement, which is a disaster, that have publicly stated things like pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon, want to defund the police. They've publicly declared wanting to dismantle the nuclear family. All of these things are things that are not only good for America that they want to destroy, but it is, in fact, would be a possible solution to a lot of problems in the inner city black communities that they want to directly destroy. Yet, because I'm against the movement of Black Lives Matter, and that's outside this acceptable window of ideas that these institutions accept, and by that I mean academia, the media, Silicon Valley, even I had people saying on D-Live, stickers that they had, talking about white lives or all lives getting removed. It's nonsense. That's where we're at. And that's why right now, and I talked about this in my radio show the other day, one of the things that I think is troubling is the right has lost the culture war so bad that the best chance we have of fighting against these Marxist, globalist, fascists is people on the left that are reasonable. Like the Weinstein brothers, Matt Taibbi, Michael Tracy, Joe Rogan, Dave Rubin, who's now more centrist, but these are all people that identify on the left, that see the insanity that's going on. I talked about in a video the other day about Barry Weiss, Andrew Sullivan, centrist to left-wing journalists, worked at the New York Times and New York Magazine. They're starting to wake up. Where are the figures on the right? You got me. I'm here. I don't have a big reach. And there's some people I do videos with. But who's in a position of power? Who's in a position to have a big voice that's advocating for us? Trump. Who's his allies in elected office? Tucker. That's about it. So, just think about that. So we should welcome our allies on the left. And I say this all the time. The biggest problem that we face in this country is the corruption of our political system, of all these institutions. Until we solve that corruption, it doesn't matter what your issue is. So we should be working with people on the left to say, no, we need to end this corruption. Unfortunately, many people on the left are okay with the corruption as long as it benefits their side. But when there are people on the left that wake up, we should work as allies with them to say, yes, this is about more than a political party or a political ideology. It's about corruption of the highest order. So, yeah, and Black Lives Matter are acting as terrorists. I agree. Yeah, I did see, that was another news story, AJ, that I read, that the son of the judge who was working on an Epstein case had his son shot. What is there to say? Is anyone... I hate to be pessimistic about this, but honestly, be truthful with yourself. Does anyone really expect anyone of merit in a position of power to really go down with the whole Epstein thing? Does anyone? If the Epstein killed himself, coming from the mainstream, including Barr, isn't enough to let you know that this is a crock? No one's going to go down. Not until we start to make changes. Look, I'm not one that sits here and talks a lot about, the conspiracy angle, and I hate to even use that word because it's legitimate discussion points. It's not my forte. I'm more talking at things at a different level. And I don't mean at a better level. To each their own, right? Everybody goes into things how they want. But I'm talking about things that I could see improve. That's usually what I'm talking about. Sure, there's all kinds of thoughts and stuff you have out there. You don't need to be able to have this huge conspiracy to understand that there are powerful people that commit the most heinous crimes and they're not brought to justice. That's true. That's absolutely true. And when you find someone like Epstein that's connected to so many of these powerful people, and you can see right in front of your face excuse after excuse being made to keep people from facing justice, it's hard not to get demoralized. And I just want you to understand, this is, I guess I think of things differently, and maybe some other people share this with me. When I see these stories, when I see what's going on with Epstein or with this, what I'm reminded of is this. The same people that covered for Epstein, the exact same people in academia, in the media, in Silicon Valley, in the entertainment industry, in the political world, those same people are the same ones that are telling you all the other decisions, all of your political ideologies make you an immoral person. You're a racist. You're a bigot. You're a sexist. You're stupid. They're educated. They're better than you. You're a Nazi. You're scared of brown people. That's what they're saying to you. Oh, you got to social distance. You can't go back to work. We have to be locked down indefinitely. That's what they're telling you. Meanwhile, just so you can assess their credibility. No, they're the same people saying Epstein killed himself. They're the same people that knew of this story and had a voice and a position in institutions of power to try to do something to bring Epstein and his cohorts to justice. And instead, they deflected or covered up for it. That's the people right now that are telling you. Just like we say this all the time. Like me and Carlos talk about this a lot, right? Hollywood will tell you how you're a sexist if you're a construction worker and you comment that a lady looks good or you whistle at her. They'll say that you're a horrible sexist. Yet they've covered up sexual abuse against women systemically for decades. They cheer for Roman Polanski, who sodomized a, 12-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl? They cheer for him, say he should be left off for his crimes. They piled around with Epstein. They knew what Epstein was up to. Now look, not everyone who ever took a photo with Epstein's guilty. I'm not saying that. But after 2009, was it, when he pled guilty to having sex with underagers? And you're like, Katie Couric shows up to his house like a week later when he's left out, shows up for a dinner party? That's inexcusable. The only people that I could excuse showing up to Jeffrey Epstein's dinner party after he admitted to having sex with underage children and was accused of sex trafficking underagers, the only people I would find it acceptable and not judge would be like his family. Because no matter how heinous your family is, I could see being like, well, I don't believe it. Because it's hard to believe that your family is capable of something like that. So if it found, Epstein's mom or Epstein's brother or his kids, I don't know if he has brother or kids, but you know what I mean. If they were at a dinner party, I wouldn't judge them and say, but anyone else, particularly a public figure that's then going to lecture other people about the Me Too movement, like Katie Couric. So, all right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you all, I'm going to probably end this short tonight. It's been kind of a long day for me, though I am having fun, and I really appreciate all of you that are here. I recommend checking out my friends SJG and Sarah Corrier on her channel on YouTube. If you just type, in fact, I'll bring up her channel. I'll put a link to it. And then you can check out, they'll probably be going for another half an hour or an hour or so.
Granted, I got my check.
But yeah, if I could recommend checking it out, because I should get some bed and sleep tonight, but I'll go a couple more minutes here. But I'm putting in the chat a link to that, so that'll give you something to watch tonight. I apologize that I didn't have it's been tough. I'm trying to do two jobs, working one job, training for the other, so it's been about a 14-hour day for me so far. No excuses. I'll be doing stuff the rest of the week, don't worry. One of the things I want to say in addition to people helping me financially is people have been helping share stuff, and I did reach somewhat of a milestone that I'm proud of. I reached 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I didn't even know it until I was watching that video with you all of me earlier, and I was like, 2,000, wow. So, thank you all for that, and that's something, thank you, Joe, I appreciate it. That's something that I'm proud of. Look, I'm committed to growing my channel. My new job's going to take a lot of time, And again, I might have to cut back on as many live streams as I do, but I'm going to replace that with being involved on Discord more, doing more like short 5 or 2 minute videos and things like that. And I'm still going to be involved. I'm still going to be a voice that's advocating for normal Americans of all stripes, especially those that don't have a voice. So I'm really committed to that. And I thank everyone for the help that they've given me so far. I'm excited to be starting kind of a new chapter in my life. The biggest chapter in my life. I'm going to be a dad for the first time, switching careers, getting new technology to be able to do more stuff. So I'm really excited, and I'm really thankful of those of you that have followed me this far, or even if you're just new, thank you so much. I think that I have a lot to say, as people know, and I got some ideas in the books. One of the things that I'm going to be doing now that I have this new setup, I'm going to get down to Williamsport with my friend Carlos, and I am going to do a 24-hour marathon. It's going to be 24 hours of live streaming. It's going to be sometime, once I switch careers, I'll have more free time on weekends to do something like that. And I'll let everyone know. That'll be advertised for at least a month or two. But I'm going to try to have 24 different guests, or at least a bunch of different guests, each to be with me for 1 hour. Could be some of you if you're willing to come on and talk to me for an hour. But yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. Thank you, Joe. I'm trying to stay out of debt. Joe says, donates $5. Says, stay out of debt, bro. We have no idea where this economy will go. I know. I absolutely know. I'm fortunate. I'm one of the luckiest people you ever meet. For example, I live in rural Pennsylvania. I got running water right near my house. I got access to food in the form of wildlife. That doesn't mean that I'm super competent or by no means am I what I would call a survivalist, but I happen to live in an area of the world and have a network of close family and friends that even if things get bad, I think we'll be all right. We'll look after each other. So I hope everyone has something like that. And if there's anything I could do to help anyone, please let me know. But I am broke right now. That's part of the reasons for switching jobs. I love what I do in healthcare. It's the best job I've ever had. And you get attached to the people that you work with and take care of. But what are you going to do when you're at the same place, you have a master's degree, and you're just not getting paid? So, it's unfortunate. But I'm excited to get into a new career. So again, if anyone, I will be a licensed life insurance seller within probably 2 to 3 weeks. So if anyone needs life insurance, let me know. I would be happy to, even if you don't purchase from me, I'd be happy to talk, because it's something that I never even thought of until I was having a kid, and then it was like, oh yeah, that's probably something I should do. So things like that. But thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate it. But no, you guys are the best. I really appreciate it. So again, go check out, I'll put Sarah's channel up there. Go check out her channel the rest of the night. I'm going to get some sleep. Another thing that change I've made. I asked people to fat shame me. I just want people to know I've been pedaling my bike, my little exercise bike I got. So far I've been pedaling. I'm trying to get at least around 8 miles a day. So I've been doing pretty good with that here for about 4 days. And I've been eating very good for 4 days. So I am committed to changing. I figure I'm changing all this other stuff in my life. I got to get healthier. I'm going to be a dad. I don't want to be the dad that's huffing and puffing, chasing my kid around while we're playing wiffle ball. So I'm getting in shape too. So again, feel free to fat shame me and criticize what I've ate that day. I'm trying to stay on track. And I'm the sort of competitive jerk that cares about what other people think, that if you shame me, it will help me get better. So go ahead and fat shame me. It doesn't bother me a lot. I have been drinking a lot of water as well. So, thank you. Thanks so much. You guys are the best. I really do appreciate it. More than you guys will know. One of the things that's difficult is, particularly, think of the circles that I was running in, like the debate community, academia, everyone's left wing. And I was kind of like, oh, Rob's right wing, but he's okay. He's a nice guy, but he's one of the only ones. And don't get me wrong, some of those people are still some of my best friends ever. But it's nice to know that there are people out there that think differently as well. And even the people I've had that come on my chats or that disagree with me, I'm more than happy to have them here, because it's nice to see there are people that are willing to listen to a different perspective. And it's nice to see there are people out there that kind of agree with a lot of the stuff I'm saying. So thank you all so much for that. Rob Reiner looking for... Yeah, you should check out my Facebook for some pictures of me with the hair down to my shoulders with the big beard. I looked great, so... I had chicken salad for dinner tonight. My wife makes an awesome chicken salad, so... Alright, thank you so much. Go check out Sarah's channel. Check out the rest of it. I'm going to hit the hay, but you guys are the best. Thank you so much. As always, have a good one.